Well, kumusta kayong mga idol? Ang ating mga panood sa video ito ay ang laban ni Lennox Liwes versus David Chua. Pero bago natin umpisa ng video ito, kung bago ka pa lang sa aming munting channel, huwag mo nang kalimutan mag-subscribe at pakit na notification bell sa all para lagi tayo updated sa bago natin i-upload. Tulad nito, maraming salamat po. Pero bago natin umpisa ng bakbakang ito, ay mag-intro muna tayo mga idol. Ating balikan ang naging laban ni Lennox Liwes versus David Chua at alamin kung paano nga ba tinalo ni Lennox Liwes si David Chua sa kanilang bakbakan.
1. At the Mandalay Bay Hotel, Lennox begins trying to establish his jab, and Tua leaps forward with a left hook, his trademark punch, to begin the action.
Tua got to make certain that when he gets him against the rope, he misses him. Don't throw unless your feet are right there too.
Liwes landed his first right cross. The second one was short. Tua has already shown you his great chin.
Lennox Liwes better realize that the best punch in boxing is still the left jab. Don't stop using the jab.
Rare body punch from Liwes.
The body punching is not going to help Liwes because he's going to run into a lot of elbows down there. You want to keep the jab, open up the head.
Tua misses again, leaping in with the left hook.
Liwes should let him know I am the boss tonight. You back away from me. Take it to him. Same weight.
What about Liwes' tendency to hold his left down around his waist?
Well, he has to because all of his opponents are down there. You can't get a good shot if your hands are by your chin if the opponent is too low.
Early in the round, Tua came steaming out. Liwes hit him with a couple of good punches. Now Tua is being a little bit
In
more...
his last defense, and we began to see him even thinking of throwing punches to the body.
You gotta land somebody punches when you're fighting a puncher because he only can stay strong if you don't. Take some of the air out of the move.
2. Sticking the jab, sticking the jab, sticking the jab. Stick it, stick it, stick it. Tua can't mount an attack as Liwes keeps the left jab in his face. Jab, hold, jab. Rangefinder from Liwes. Tua looking and looking. Liwes just stretching the space and throwing the jab.
Tua's got to do some intimidation. Run into him, make him think that, hey, you're a coward.
Liwes seemed to try to grab Tua and went right on over the top of it.
You see he's doing a good job with his left jab. Don't do anything for a few rounds until you get to know this fellow. He hits you, go right back to your left jab. Don't get intimidated. Don't try to pay him back. Liwes.
Tua missing. Liwes popped him quickly with the jab.
Liwes got to make certain it stays the left hand, left jab.
This is why he does not arouse the passions of boxing fans in the way that great heavyweight champions might hope to do.
But if he's able to get that jab working, he can excite me. Jab your way. Keep your title with a left jab. If that's the only punch you can land, use it.
Well, what he succeeded in doing in this round is messing up Tua's hair and just landing more punches.
3.
Make him afraid to throw his right hand.
Liwes in the first 2 rounds averaging 65 punches per round. And despite the fact that round 2 was another lopsided CompuBox round for Liwes, Harold Letterman gave it to Tua, no doubt on the basis of his aggression and that left hook that he landed at the end.
Just keep your jab going. When you come back over to the left hand, he's going to interrupt you and it's going to hurt you. There you are. Don't go over on that side. Stay away from that side.
It doesn't take much for Tua's supporters to get overwhelmingly excited. There he's able to land a couple of shots to the body as Liwes moves off the ropes.
Once again, Liwes moves to left.
And does not stay aggressive with his jab. He threw 65 punches around during the first 2 rounds, and most of them were jabs. But now he's slowing the pace in round 3.
Now Liwes is throwing shots. That's what you want to do. It's a lot easier to throw shots and take the power off of them and be accurate than it is to wait around for a good hard shot.
And now for the first time, Liwes grabs David, holds it, and the
4.
Well, let me say this much. At the beginning of the fight, you have to start the fight in the corner. Choke what doesn't strike.
get Lewis's title.
That's right.
I mean,
Now
he's not coming hard enough.
yeah, but Lewis touches, when he gets into the rope, Tua has to have 5 shots waiting.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. He doesn't seem to be coming after it yet. But he's been known in the past to fight at this pace early in the fight and in the last 3 or 4 rounds to come on very strongly.
You know, and it's strange because he is not close enough to get the right shots off. And his corners better beware of that. They should tell him to get closer. Get closer.
But they still may feel as though their man, with his constant aggression, the body shots, and the fact that he lands more thunderously through the first 3 rounds than Lennox, is winning the fight and is doing what they want him to do.
But in order to throw this punch, that punch, he must be close enough. And that's what he's trying to do. And Lewis is doing a good job of not allowing him to get close. Now, when you miss a big hook like that, that's
5.
Power shots, that's what Harold Letterman was talking about in giving 2 of the first 3 rounds to David.
Conversely, Lewis seems reluctant to throw his right hand because he doesn't want to give Tua a shot with his left. So consequently, we have this.
George Lewis hasn't used a single uppercut, and it was a hugely effective punch for him, particularly in the second Holyfield fight. Is he waiting to set it up?
Yeah, he's waiting. Tua's moving his head, going duck and dodge. You don't want to hurt your hand, so he's trying to do it accurately. And sometimes if you just throw it, you'll be surprised the punch is there for you.
One of the problems Tua has is that he's throwing one punch at a time. He's not trying to put anything together yet. Some blood coming
Crosses
from
his
Tua.
leg. When he goes to his left, he crosses his legs. He's a sitting duck for a right hand.
There's blood coming from Tua's nose.
Yeah, those jabs have been coming all night.
Lewis looking tactically in control now toward the end of round 5 as David Tua misses, and Lewis pops him with a counter right. Body shots by Tua there. Lewis with a low blow, and then he sticks to it twice with the jab. No warning for Cortez.
Going to the body.
6.
Tactically take the title away from a good champion like this.
And it's hard to imagine, even though Harold Letterman has Tua ahead on the scorecards, it's really hard to imagine Tua winning a tactical boxing match.
It can't happen.
You feel as though he's got to use his artillery.
Lewis is throwing that right hand just like a guy on the pitcher's mound. Sitting there, coming off that mound with it.
This time, using the lazy jab there.
Tua's trying to get Lewis back over to his left side. He needs to walk on over to Lewis' left and make him go back over there. Just step over there.
You know, there were concerns that hair might get into Lewis's eyes. It appears to be coming almost down into Tua's own eyes.
As long as there's not any water, they work on him in the middle.
Yeah, but it can be a distraction.
I don't think.
Look where the hair is.
He's almost probably spars like that all the time.
It does have the beginnings of a sheepdog look, but I tend to side with George. I'm sure Tua's accustomed to it. He's had that hair for the last couple of years.
Once you see him take his glove and move his hair backwards, then you know something's going wrong.
Hadn't happened yet.
7.
More assertive in this round. Let's see what happens.
Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim. 3 rounds apiece, 57-57. I thought Lennox won the first, but David Tua, the harder shots to win the next.
They want to see the sustained aggression, but Lennox Liwes showed you in both Holyfield fights that he's perfectly happy to win tonight and look sensational the next time.
Why should he go and stand toe-to-toe with the shorter, very strong fighter and give the other fighter his best chance?
Only so that he doesn't have to read in the newspapers tomorrow that he's dull.
You know what? I don't think he cares.
I think he doesn't. I think you're right.
He's fighting the kind of fight that got him here. He's landed most of the big blows in this fight.
Including a right hand right there.
Remember, Tua has the puncher's chance. We said that early on, the puncher.
8.
And Rockman, he was well behind going into the last third of the fight. So you can't count him out.
That was the second warning from Cortez to Tua for low blows, and a deducted point in a fight like this could be very big. Tua Tua came out of his corner with a vicious combination to the body and now falls back into the rhythm of following Liwes around and takes another right hand.
Tua's got to get close, and maybe you got to step sometimes. He keeps the right foot too far behind him. Just step on up there. Step on up near the plate.
He's got to get in there and brawl. He's got to get in there and throw punch after punch. He's got to wrestle with Lennox. He's got to throw him around. He's got to try to change the fight dramatically.
He's standing back. Most of his weight. Liwes is not breathing hard. Tua is not putting the pressure on to make him breathe hard. Shakes, bakes, doesn't do anything else.
Fight bears a fair resemblance to the first Evander Holyfield fight in Madison Square Garden. I'll bet you the CompuBox numbers aren't all that different either. Lennox Liwes is giving a boxing.
9.
This is the point where Tua has always come on in the past in his tough fights. Can he do it here?
Shields couldn't have been any more categorical. He's already telling his fighter after 8 rounds that he needs a knockout to win. You know, you've only got one thing that can win you this fight. I've got a whole arsenal. He looks so right now.
Even now, Liwes is pursuing a knockout.
Yeah, I think his confidence is rising minute to minute as he realizes that he's just not going to see this storm of aggression that Tua and his people promised.
Left jab, still the best punch in boxing. As I said earlier, you use the left jab, you can shut down anybody.
This is becoming target practice at this point.
Let him go.
Tua's face beginning to swell, just as Holyfield's face.
10.
The team has a great passing attack or a great running attack. You made them beat you with the passing and vice versa. You take away the strength and challenge them to beat you some other way.
And he's about 30, what, Larry?
35, George.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, George, you won't find me saying he's losing. I think the guy is virtually unbeatable because of his tactical command and his physical superiority.
How you go, Tua?
Now, just as I say that, he finally catches a left hook from Tua, but one punch at a time.
Ooh, that right to the body hurt David Tua.
Lennox is hurting him with a lot of punches now. He's getting there. And I think, Larry, of the factors you mentioned, the one that I would isolate is the absence of competition. You can't get ready to fight somebody like this by fighting the kinds of guys Tua fought.
Now, they got into the position of mandatory challenger, and they froze the ball for 2 years.
And this is too big a step up. Tua just doubled.
But he's just desperate, you're right. But I want to say again, guys, don't be afraid to eat crow. Don't come up with excuses.
His problems in the late rounds is he didn't make Liwes work hard enough in the early rounds, George, as we were saying, so that he might wear the older, much bigger guy down.
Jab, right cross, left hook, the beginning of blood under the left eye of Tua. That left eye is beginning to swell shut. Lennox Liwes is just toying with him. Just toying with him.
Hot shot.
Does whatever he wants to do. Right hand, left jab, right hand, right hand. It's all Lennox Liwes as we reach the end of the 11th round. 3 minutes to go. 21 of 45 jobs. Tua threw only 30 punches. Harold, how do you have it going to the 12th?
Okay, Jim. 107, 102, 8 rounds to 3, Lennox Liwes. I mean, this was a whoop.
It's his zeal to fight. It's his will to train at the fight. And he apparently still has that.
He's got it all. He's got the package, and it's lasted a long time.
I'll tell you what else he has. He has calm. He has confidence. Jab. Jab.
Really a great fight.
Body shot.
Jabbing and moving.
This is a lights-out artistic performance by a heavyweight champion.
11, he showed us beautiful 3-punch combinations. And heavyweight stuff.
Scorecard. Jerry Roth scores the bout 117 to 111. Dave Moretti has it 119 to 109. And Chuck Champa scores it 118 to 110. All for the winner by unanimous decision. And still, the universally recognized undisputed heavyweight champion of the world from Great Britain, Lennox Liwes.
dito na po nagtatapos ang ating video. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Walang sawang suporta. Ikaw idol, anong masasabi mo sa bakbakang ito? Para sa inyong opinion, i-comment mo niyan sa ating comment section sa ibaba. At kung nagustuhan mo naman ang video ito, paiwan naman ako ng like at pasubscribe na rin sa ating munting channel. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Sama kayo na rin lang, mag-ingat, God bless. Bye bye.